What's my name? I'm coming to Brown and then when they're in the shame. Rah, oh, die. What y'all niggas want? Whoops. Hey, what y'all niggas want? It's KB. What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Friday edition of Burn It Down with Kim Brown. This is a place where we set things ablaze, on fire, on fuego. The things that displease us, the things that keep us down, the things that oppress us. Those things must burn in embers, ashes, and fire. And I'd like to thank Fire Fam member Rose Alba for this Go Hard DMX t-shirt. This is called Fire Fam Love, Crew Love, Crew Love. Rose Alba, I went to the UPS store and I said, give me my things. And my things I now have. Thank you so much, honey. And Will and I were chatting before we went live. Big up to the brother Will. You guys saw Will, our technical producer, aka guest host in the slot, held us down on Tuesday. Ironic that Will had a story referencing DMX. Rosalba joined Will live on the show, and then I got Rosalba's DMX shirt in the mail. Same week. Look at God. Look at God. It must be because it's Ramadan. Happy Ramadan to all of our followers of Islam. We wish y'all peace and blessings and food when the sun go down. some wonderful halal offerings when the sun goes down. So peace out to all our Muslim friends and family out here celebrating the season, as it were. And I'd like to welcome everybody to Burn Down with Kim Brown. Did I already say that? I probably did. Guys, so today is a call-in show. Now, I do have a couple of stories. We'll call them stories, and they are stories, but I don't have them fleshed out. I'm perfectly comfortable tackling some of these stories here with you all live on the show, which would be nice. Will's going to drop the link if he hasn't already. So if anybody wants to come on here and hang out, you can do so. So we would love to check in with you. We would love for you to check in with I. And maybe you can offer your 2 cent, 10 cent on these couple of stories that I have pulled up. You know what? I should bring up that other Maryland story. Let me go find that, y'all, because Maryland is Marylanding, y'all, at a very low level. I'm not. I don't know what the fuck is going on with Maryland these days. Somehow Maryland is out here crying poor, talking about budget deficits. Angela also Brooks, the county executive here for Prince George's County, said we're having $171 million budget shortfall. Wes Moore, melonhead ass down there in Annapolis, talk about we got a budget shortfall. The fuck we got all these casinos for, kids? And we have legal weed. Somehow this math is absolutely not mathing. Okay, like what was the point of legalizing all the vices? Don't get me wrong. I'm very much here for recreational sales of marijuana. I suppose, well, let me rephrase. I'm more so in favor of decriminalization and legalization of marijuana. Because I don't want to pay the state tax on my fucking weed. What? I mean, sure, convenience. But as I have been encouraging you all, if marijuana is legal in your state, don't go to the dispensary. Go support your local dope man. Go support your weed man or woman or weed non-binary supplier. Please go support that person. Don't pay no fucking taxes on your herb. Preposterous. Oh, right. So all these goofy ass black misleaderships is letting us know that somehow Maryland is in the poll house, and I'm in confusion. I said, what we got? What's the MGM for? What is motherfucking Maryland Live for? What is Horseshoe Casino for? What is it for? If y'all motherfuckers is cutting shit. So anyway, the math ain't mathing. I blame the whites. with the black folks presenting as the bosses. These niggas ain't the boss. This has got white men and white people energy all over it. Like, how the fuck we got casinos and weed and the money still coming up short? I know how. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get into the chat here in a second. I appreciate you guys letting me warm up. But no, there was another story that just came to mind that I totally wanted, and it's some Maryland shit that I need to tell y'all about because again, Maryland is not as progressive as advertised. Please believe it. Please believe it. We have a Senate campaign open this year. And it's going to be white man versus white man. Not only white man versus white man, rich white man versus rich white man. And even that, it ain't even like no regular schmegler, dude coming out of the gate somewhere. No, it's going to be motherfucking Larry Hogan, the punk ass former governor, Republican 2-term governor, versus probably David Trone. David Trone likes to give y'all the I was just a poor farm boy out here. Maybe the fuck he was. I don't know. We'll see. But I don't like it. Just like in the presidential election, I do not like our choices. I do not like our choices. Not too keen on the choices here. But there is one issue that David Trone should absolutely bust motherfucking Larry Hogan upside the head with, and it's the issue of the purple line. And I'm gonna get into that. And I know y'all like, Kim, we don't live in Maryland. We don't give a fuck about the purple line. Oh no, y'all gonna care tonight. y'all gonna care. Y'all gonna care about the purple line because the purple line's coming through my community, and it's on some bullshit at the moment. So anywho, you guys, as the folks come in, I'm hearing beeps. I don't know what these sounds mean, but maybe that means people are coming in. Who knows? But regardless,
We got Infinite.
I do this for a living. Appreciate that. Well, thank you so much. Well, I did it for a living. I guess you could say, yeah, why not? Yeah, we do it for a living. But so y'all know I could talk. Just say when, say stop. I could sit up here and talk for a good old long time by myself. I think it's because though I was not an only child, I was a lonely child. No. I had two siblings. My older sibling is 14 years older than me. My younger brother, Mike, was 15 years younger than me. So there's a big gap, right? So I did have a lot of time on to myself. So anyway, hold on. Do I want to bring Infinite up? Because Infinite, if you're gonna come up here and Leo the situation, sir, this is like Highlander. There's only room for one. Okay, so there's only one room
Yeah.
for one
Let's
yammering
do
ass
the reaction.
Leo.
Let's
Okay.
do the story and then Infinite. If please be patient with us.
Yeah, but be patient, Infinite, because I'm gonna come to you for your opinion on this. Because you're gonna start coming up and talking to me about some Philly shit, which is fine. But we in Maryland tonight. So Will, if you could pop up that first joint. This is a press release directly from Customs and Border Patrol. Informing us that niggas was wilding at Dulles Airport. You guys know where Dulles Airport is. Dulles Airport is in no man's land out there in Northern Virginia. That's probably out there somewhere where Will from. Will went to middle school out there somewhere near Dulles. Did you know I recently
Definitely
only
did not.
I
Definitely did not. All right.
I'm only recently finding out who the fuck Dulles was. I didn't know he was a piece of shit. He had a whole airport named after him. I guess I should have assumed he was a piece of shit, with the exception of course, Thurgood Marshall Airport, also known as Baltimore Washington International Airport. I do not think Thurgood Marshall was a piece of shit, but Ronald Reagan, Robert Dulles. Oh yes, awful, awful, awful folks. So Will, I'm gonna call on you since you are our most talented student in the class. You do an outstanding job. That Henrico County Public School education did a good job for this young man. This young man can read, everybody.
Don't give none of these institutions no credit for my work, okay?
Baltimore.
Not on my watch.
Baltimore is a city that reads. See, you too young to remember that. Kurt Schmoke used to tell us that. Baltimore, a city that reads. But
Been lying. I ain't gonna get into it.
no, don't,
All
Leah,
right. You
let it
ready for
be.
me?
I am. And start us
All
off
right.
with the headline.
All right. Dulles CBP. What is that?
Customs Border Patrol.
Okay. All right. Intercepts 53 pounds of marijuana load destined to Paris Uh, MWAA police arrests Maryland woman, and this was on Thursday.
On Thursday, everybody, a 33-year-old Maryland woman was arrested at Dulles International Airport. For if y'all do airport codes, it's IAD. It's an international hub. It connects a lot of international flights. You can fly to fucking anywhere in the world from Dulles. And apparently, this young woman was trying to fly to Paris to the, let me check my notes here, European Union with 53 pounds of weed, leaving America. Of all places. She wasn't leaving Canada. You know how loosey goosey Canada, you can get away with shit in Canada. Yeah, she wasn't leaving Mexico. She wasn't floating shit on the motherfucking boat. She gave them people her passport with her name, picture, and everything on it as she was trying to sneak 53 pounds, allegedly. Allegedly. I don't see why the police make up shit like this, though they might. But I find these kind of stories kind of credible. Will, are there more details provided to us by Customs and Border Patrol?
Yeah. Um, so a Maryland woman was arrested on felony narcotics charges at Washington Dulles International Airport on Tuesday after U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers discovered more than 53 pounds in her checked bag. So okay, she was trying to check that too. That was kind of,
Ballsy. That ballsy.
yeah, that's hard. Metropolitan Washington Authority police charge Sidney Lewis, 33, of Bryan City, Maryland, with felony possession of intent to distribute transportation and narcotics conspiracy charges while inspecting bags being loaded onto a Paris, France flight, bound flight. CBP officers discovered vacuum sealed bags of suspected marijuana in 2 suitcases. CBP officers then identified the traveler at the departure gate and escorted Lewis and the suitcase back to the inspection center.
The black site is where they
Yeah.
took her. This young lady's in trouble, and I wanted to use this story as an opportunity to remind everybody, all of our viewers, all the Fire fam, please remind your actual fam and friends. Don't do this shit. It's not worth it. Don't try to bring no fucking drugs on the goddamn international airplane. Let me tell y'all something. I used to fly with weed often. You know why? Because I came up before motherfucking 9/11. And I came up before they used to do the fucking, you could take that down, Will. Thank you so much. When you go to the airport now, well, I don't know. I guess it depends on where you are, but they hit you with this junk, right? You got to get into the fucking can, and them niggas scan you and shit, right?
You welcome into the future with that little searching thing.
I'm sorry, but that's what they make you. That's what the shit is at BWI. I'm pretty sure
Hmm.
it's at Reagan too. So before then, before they was making you do that shit, well, I was carrying J's in my pockets, right? Weed in my pockets and wrapped up really good because you know, weed is fucking weed. It ain't goddamn metal. It's not a bomb. So when you go through the metal detector, your weed's not gonna go off. And it would all kind of depend on, and I was still not clear on, do sniffing dogs and drug sniffing dogs, do they have simultaneous training? Like, can
Hmm.
they do?
They must. I would think so. The government is cheap. They trying to save. We got to get 2 dogs.
You got to
Oh
get two
hell
whole
no!
dogs. You got two different tenure tracks, right? The
Whoa.
bomb sniffing,
You
the
couldn't just
drug
give him
sniffing.
a treat and he just starts sniffing the weed.
So I used to. So when they started doing the body scans, and it was, you could opt out of them joints, I would always lie and say I was pregnant, right?
Yeah.
But obviously, I have weed in
Oh
my
God, she
pocket,
got gas.
right?
It was just gas, y'all.
I obviously had weed in my pocket, Will, but I said I was pregnant, so I didn't want to. Oh, you guys, no, that's my first baby, and so I'm very concerned about the amount of radiation. No, yeah, I know I don't. Yes, I would like to opt out. Yes, you could just wand me. Yes, you could wand me.
How many days? How many days are you?
Oh, right, right. Oh my gosh, right. So there's that part, right? So that was then, kids. This is now. We are in minority report years of age. Okay, you
Yeah, for
cannot be
real.
doing this fucking hot shit. I wouldn't even recommend it for small, copious amounts of any drug, especially if you're flying international. Because at the end of the day, that shit is still trafficking. Okay, trafficking. that's not that's not minor possession. That's not possession with intent to distribute. No, that is the federales coming to have a conversation with you. That is federal court. That's you going to where the fuck Marilyn Mosby came from. Okay, you got to go talk to the feds. And the report that I saw on the local news said that many people, and the Customs and Border Patrols and the fucking ICE, agencies are reporting that more Americans or more, they're finding more instances of large amounts of marijuana being smuggled, attempted to be smuggled out of the country to places like Europe and Brazil, which I find weird, but okay, because apparently the price can be triple. Now, my weed weight calculations is old and off, right? But I do know currently, like Zips, an ounce is going for, like, depending, not at the dispensary, because I keep telling y'all go support your local weed person, but I know people with Zips for like 80 to 100, right? So how many ounces is in a pound, Will? 16?
Um,
Look at me and Will, non-drug selling asses.
yeah,
Uh, uh, uh,
28
uh,
grams in an
yeah, it is.
ounce.
It is because a
Something
quarter
like
a
that.
quarter
Yeah.
pound is 4 ounces, so 16 ounces in a pound. So what are we talking? 1,600 for a pound, local wholesale. So what's triple that? 4,500 ish, 46, 47. Well, nah, still.
The
I just
weed
did
that
the
trash
numbers,
over there.
huh?
I said the weed that trash over there. They gotta get
All
it from
the
the.
drugs is trash except for like the hashish. If they can get some hash coming over from Northern Africa, from like Morocco or Tunisia or Algiers,
Mm,
but I don't think the drugs locally are quality. That's why they always busting coke barges going to the UK and fucking Europe. But now I guess, they just got regular American mules transporting this at the international airports. And kids, let me just remind you, it's a terrible idea. I highly discourage you from doing that. Now personally, I'm of the belief that Brittany Griner, the WNBA star who was imprisoned in the gulag in fucking Russia for allegedly having some weed cartridges, I don't believe Brittany Griner even had them shits. I think she was just a victim of very bad timing, and she was a high profile person, but I wouldn't, don't, no vapes, no cartridges. Like, go pick up the bud when you get there if this is for recreational use. But if you're trying to do this as a quick come up, I'm flipping pounds for 5 grand out here in France, you're not gonna even make it there, baby, because the people is gonna be on it. CBP, as Will let us know, CBP
yeah,
out
CB.
here on a job. Now, or as it relates to the airplanes, now I can imagine there are literally tons of drugs coming in from both Mexico and Canada would be my guess, right? But don't try to get them shits on an airplane because it's going to be a bad way to go. As my man the Hound from Game of Thrones used to say, bad way to go. Well, do you have any 2 cents you'd like to? Oh, there you go, Will.
Mm-mm.
No.
Don't do that shit. Nah,
Will,
international. Yeah, you just. I mean, just meet a nice gentleman. Don't you got to get around? Just meet a nice gentleman. How you doing, sir? Do you partake? In the shrubbery. Yes. You ain't gotta.
no. Well, but Will, 53 pounds. This lady was trying to put a
No,
down payment on a house. You know what I'm saying?
no, he was in Paris.
She was trying to pay off her student loans. She was trying to hit a lick, a lick, a lick. This was not for recreational consumption, clearly, because that's
No.
a lot. That's a lot, girl. And then I can only think about all the effort that went into actually packing up and concealing this weed, right? I'm sure now you mad as shit in jail. Like, goddamn, why did I waste 8 hours
Yeah.
trying to
Right.
vacuum seal this shit?
Shit did not work.
and sew it into the line. Of course, it's not gonna work, man. This is 2024. These niggas can see through everything. So anyway, is Infinite still with us?
Yeah.
Infinite Content joining us live
What up,
from the
Infinite?
city of brotherly love.
It's long
Welcome.
gone. It's long gone for real. Where the quiz run wild. The prefix is Bob 16, the top of the dial. Through the LI sound and the village down under and across the globe. I heard a lot of folks wondering. So when it comes to the stakes, it's the big money that waves. Don't put the pen to my page. Ain't nothing wrong with standing still and relax. Spending some of that cash that Uncle Sam's going to tax. I just had that stakes top jumped in my head. I was going to hit you with the rap man, but I'm like, you know what? I stumbled over a couple of lyrics, but that stakes is high just comes off so smooth, so fucking smooth. But
Talk about the
speaking
vibe.
of weed, speaking of drugs illegally being shipped, what the fuck ever happened to that J.P. Morgan ship that had 1.5 billion of coke on it from a couple years ago?
I'm sure that coke is still in evidence.
No, I don't think it is. I think that has been diverted because it happened in. I'm trying not to make a Philly show, but that did happen in a Philly port.
I thought it happened in a Texas port, but
No, it was in Philly.
mm, I
But
don't
with
know.
but with that said, Kim,
I'm sure it found its way to the European Union as intended, right, baby? It was
or it found its way where it had to find it. Although some people found themselves into a grave in the desert for letting that get captured. Allegedly.
What's going on
Oh
with you, Infinite?
man,
How are things in Philly?
I had a good day on Wednesday. Had a couple good job interviews.
Oh,
Then
good.
yesterday I woke up, felt like somebody stabbed me in the back of my neck. Then I was having pain in my shoulder. Then my arm went numb, and I had to my hand was trembling. I had to go to the ER
I'm about
yesterday. I
to
was
say
admitted overnight.
that sound like an urgent care situation. Are you in the hospital?
No, no, I'm out.
Oh, okay.
They gave me some, but that was okay. I'm going here to get my neck looked at. They're like, let's do a CT on his head to see if he had a stroke. They're like, let's do a EKG to see if he had a heart attack. I'm like, my blood pressure was already like 160/80 when I went in there. They're talking this to
Mm,
me. My blood pressure is like 170/90 for like 6 hours straight.
damn.
They're like, calm down, calm down. I'm sorry, I'm speaking out loud.
Yeah,
I'm
calm
speaking out.
down, sir. Your shit is 170
But
over
I'm like,
a
my thing is,
million.
I literally had to tell myself, you have to yell, you have to use your inside voice because if you yell, they're gonna hit you with some Haldol. But they gave me some Ativan to calm me down, and it worked. But I swear to God, it took me to about quarter six this afternoon for it to like fully flush out my system. But
Man,
it,
Infinite, we are I hate to break it to you. We are those years old, you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
it is real in the field. And that high blood pressure, it's crazy to talk to people that, I don't know how old you are. I guess you
I'm
around
I'm
my
a
age.
couple I'm a couple of years older than you. I'm still in your age range. So I'll just put it like that.
Like, so I know people, I'm 45. So in my range, I know people that
I'm
have had their
48.
gallbladders out. And I'm talking about not
Just basic
basically
shit.
not non-disabled folks
Yeah.
that work like full-time jobs, to go out here and, perform under capitalism or whatever. Niggas have had their gallbladders out, niggas was on high blood pressure medicine. I'm like, niggas, we is 45.
I,
What
I
is
I
happening? Like,
I
what
have
is
a couple.
going on?
I literally have a couple of good friends who had like fibroids that were like 25 pounds each when they were like
Yeah.
like when they were like 32.
Yes.
And
That
I'm like
kind of stuff too.
and it's like I got and somebody's like, oh it's like, why don't you? I'm like, no, I gotta be here for this person. Am I going through some stuff? Yes. But clearly what they're going through, like, I can suffer through a little adversity. They might die if this don't get addressed and have somebody look after them.
Man, listen.
I'm sorry, I did not want to bring down the tone and tenor, but I also want to, I tend to be transparent with shit that goes on with me.
Say that one more time.
I said I don't want to bring down the tone and tenor of the mood of things, but I also want to be transparent with certain things that go on with me because I'm like, Well, what do you think? I'm going to lie about being admitted to the hospital? I got the discharge papers and the prescriptions right here in front of me.
Who said
But
you was lying?
I some I've had some now former acquaintances dispute me. I'm
But
like,
nigga, did I say you was lying? Don't talk.
no,
Don't
no,
don't
no,
don't
no.
don't don't,
I
don't
said
come
some.
complain to me
I
about what other
did
people
I
done did. Infinite
Kim,
content.
Kim, I
Don't
did not.
don't
Kim.
come and complain to me about what other
I'm
niggas done
Kim,
did. Infinite
Kim. I'm bringing it down. I'm bringing it down. We got. I got to keep my blood pressure down.
walk
I'm
me
bringing it
out.
down. I'm not tripping. But uh that's why I didn't get to watch BPM yesterday because I was going through stuff. But I think that we have to find a better way to do things. We just, and by the way, I crunched the math roughly on that 53 pounds of weed. That was at most eight. Even if I even if I give you the benefit of the doubt, that was 200 ounce. That's 3,200 times 5,300. That's barely over a mil. Not that I've been calculating heavily on the price, but it's or like 1.6 at the max.
That sound like that firm math, like when Foxy Brown and Nas and AZ used to chop up the drug number. So I'm
Yeah,
like, nigga, I cannot
look,
follow this math. Like, I'm sorry, baby.
and it's like, look, it's enough money to get you to Africa City. You remember Belly, right?
Listen, here's my issue. This young lady was 33 years old. 33 big years old. 33 years old. Sis enough. Whatever, sis enough. Access
If
enough to go and retrieve her a passport to be
but
traveling international. Even if this was her first trip, she was going to
but
Paris.
if even if she operated on a low, she could have literally pushed all that out within a calendar month.
I think she would have been fine distributing it locally. Like
Yeah,
I think
you just want to got that big lick instantly. But if you had just kept it on the low,
nah, dog. It's too risky. That's too much risk. That's too many opportunities to get caught. You either go and get caught before you even leave America, which is what happens, or they catching you as soon as you touch down in Europe and you start running that shit. Interpol gonna be on your ass.
well,
They gonna
well, who says that you all have to sell everything locally? Go sell to several municipalities. Uh, you know what? What did Biggie say? Never sell no crack where you rest at. I don't care if they want an ounce, sell them bounce.
crack. Come on, Infinite. We
I,
come
I,
on. We
I'm
would
talking
not.
about
We
we're
can't
gonna
mix
use
apples and oranges in the drug game.
I'm using that.
We can't
I'm
mix.
using an allegory here. Please, work with me, Kim. But
I know a lot of people sold weed directly from their mama's house. Come on. I mean, maybe not crack, but weed, yeah. Niggas was
uh,
selling weed out their mama
but
house for sure.
I did want to give you some good news that'll bring a smile to your face.
Okay, I'll take it.
This is the last official weekend of winter.
That does bring a smile to my face.
That means you can get outside and get some sun on your face and be happy and restrain Baggy from being as big of a bully as she prefers to be.
She's still out here bullying. She
Like
barks it.
I
And
said restrain her from being as big as a bully as she can be. She can still act up a little bit, but not too much.
she tries. She does try. She does try to act up still at her
Oh,
giant age. Oh, guys, for FYI, today is Bagheera's uh
is it
a
her 16th
milestone.
birthday?
Well, she turned 15 on November 15th. So today is March the 15th. So today makes Bagheera's 15 years, 4
And
months milestone.
so
Whatever.
now, so now you want me to do? You got mad at me doing math earlier. Now you trying to make me do some special math. I ain't got time to be carrying no ones.
Yeah, I can't. So I know at 15 years, if we're doing this in regular dog years, 15 times 7
Well,
is 105. But 4 months in dog years, I'm certain is at least a couple of dog years. So Bagheera is is really old. She's really old. And there are pit bulls that do get to be 16, 15,
so
16.
simple
But
solution to the math. Every dog day is a week.
oh no, no, please. I can't. I can't, Infinite. Don't do that.
And
don't every dog
I
years a
don't
week.
know. Well, like I said, no, every dog day is a week.
I know, but my head, see my
I
head.
know. I'm not expecting you to math right now.
I'm not
'Cause
capable.
that'd be asking you. That'd be like asking an ear doctor to pronounce everything correctly.
What
We
the
I was watching Sundays a couple weeks ago, and it Sundays is a great program,
of
and
course.
I'm cool with ear doctor and whoever he brings on with him. I do let him know that the beige slander starts again on Tuesday.
The what? The
The
beige
beige
land.
slander, yeah, slander. It begins again on Tuesday.
That's fine. We take beige slander. We take
But
it.
I know you probably got a few other people, probably young Tyler, maybe Chief, maybe Afra, and maybe a few other. We're like the Cosby kids at a point sometimes around here because we just follow up in here. We're like, nah, 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 gonna have a good time. But I'll bounce off if you feel like let me know. I can pop back on a little bit later. I'm gonna just sit back, watch the rest of the stream, and
Thank you,
try and
Infinite.
stretch out.
I
And
appreciate it. Thank you so much for checking in, and good luck with your job search. And I hope
well, I had
I
a
hope
second.
I hope you get what you want. Let's put it that way.
Well, like I said, I had a second interview today, but me getting this medication means I got to go talk to the hiring manager and tell him, look, all this is in my system now. So I don't want to come up with a hot test, but because I'm literally taking all these medicines now.
Hmm.
No truth in advertising.
Just keep your documents. Keep all your shit documented. You know how I go.
And don't forget, put if your skin feels a little dry, put a little tussin on it. Tussin take care of everything.
Thank you.
Mwah. Bye bye.
Peace, peace, Infinite. Thank you so much, Infinite
All right.
Content, checking in with us
congrats,
on
Infinite.
we got on the live call-in show. It's a call-in show because today was an unfocused day for young KB. Well, for middle-aged KB. So now Will, should
Yeah.
we go to the next story and then bring our next guest on to get reaction?
Yeah, Tyler's in the queue, patiently waiting. Thank you, Tyler, for that. Yeah, let's get to the you want to play that? I can cue it up. I got
Yeah,
you.
cue this up. All right, y'all. I'm gonna set this up for y'all. You guys have probably seen this trending today and maybe have heard about what happened to the man who's known as the Boeing whistleblower. His name is John Barnett. John Barnett worked in quality control for Boeing for decades. And in 2017, after he left the company, he turned whistleblower. He said, they not making these shit safe no more. These airplanes, that is. John Barnett was working for Boeing out of Charleston, South Carolina, which has a factory that apparently is responsible for like the final assembly portions of the 787 Dreamliner. Is that the right classification for that Boeing airplane? The 787, the Dreamliner. The one that this week from a flight leaving Sydney, Australia, headed to Auckland, New Zealand. The reports were that the fucking plane nose was down. The the nose of the it was down, and they said the gravity fucked people up. They said people was pinned to the ceiling because of the tremendous shifts in gravity. So this is apparently among the series of airplanes that John Barnett helped to oversee while he was at Boeing, but then he came forward. He testified in front of oversight committees on Capitol Hill in front of Congress, explicitly detailing the ways in which Boeing was cutting corners. And he actually had a retaliation lawsuit filed against Boeing that I think is like in its sixth or seventh year, right? So he was actually back in Charleston. John Barnett is from Louisiana, or currently lived in Louisiana. He was caring for his elderly mother. And he returned to Charleston, South Carolina to sit for depositions relating to this lawsuit that he has against Boeing. His attorney spoke with him Friday night and said that John was in good spirits. John was looking forward to getting these depositions out the way. He had made some plans on his horizon. Like I said, he was caring for his mother. And then Saturday, John Barnett turns up dead with a gunshot wound to the head. And already the coroner down there in Charleston, South Carolina, ruled his death a suicide. They found a gun and a note. Oh, but turns out everybody that knew John says there ain't no motherfucking way that John Barnett committed suicide. John Barnett was ready to see this lawsuit with Boeing all the way through. And I want us to pick up the story. Let's go to ABC4 News in Charleston, where one of their investigative reporters spoke with a close childhood friend of John Barnett, who said that John told her that he had premonitions of sorts of his death, and that if he did die in an untimely way, he wanted to assure his friend that it was absolutely not by suicide. What happened to John Barnett? Well, let's pick up the story with ABC4.
That he did not commit suicide. There's no way.
First tonight, our investigative reporter Ann Emerson has new information in the death of Boeing whistleblower John Barnett. A close family friend of Barnett says he predicted he might wind up dead, that a story could surface that he killed himself. But he told her, don't believe it. Ann?
Tessa, Barnett's family friend Jennifer said they had talked about this exact scenario playing out, but his words seemed like a premonition. He told her, don't ever believe it.
I knew John because his mom and my mom are best friends. And so over the years, get-togethers, birthdays, celebrations, and, whatnot, we've all got together and talked, and, that's how we really know each other.
And when Jennifer needed help one day, Barnett came by to see her. They talked about his upcoming depositions in Charleston. Jennifer knew he filed an extremely damaging complaint against Boeing. He says the aerospace giant retaliated against him when he blew the whistle on unsafe practices. For more than 30 years, Barnett was a quality manager. He'd recently retired and moved back to look after his mom in Louisiana.
He wasn't concerned about safety because I asked him, I said, aren't you scared? And he said, and his voice and the way he would talk, no, I ain't scared. He said, but if anything happens to me, it's not suicide. I know that he did not commit suicide. There's no way. He loved life too much. He loved his family too much. He loved his brothers too much to put them through what they're going through right now.
And he basically told you not to believe it.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Not true. He's got too much to do, likes breathing. And he did. He had a lot of plans of things that he wanted to do.
What do you think happened?
I think somebody got in there and made, money can buy anything nowadays, it seems like. And there's a lot of evil in this world. I think somebody didn't like what he had to say and wanted to shut him up and didn't want it to come back on anyone. So that's why they made it look like a suicide.
The last time she saw Barnett, it was at her father's funeral in late February. He was one of the pallbearers. Sometimes family and friends referred to him by his middle name, Mitch.
I think everybody is in disbelief and can't believe it. And I told everybody that I don't care what they say. I know that Mitch didn't do that.
And just because Mitch Barnett is dead doesn't mean this case won't move forward. His attorneys say they're still prepared to go to trial in June. Working for you, Ann Emerson, News 4.
If you make at least...
Ooh, y'all, who killed this man? Who killed this man? I mean, I'm going to be responsible and not say irresponsible things, but I do not believe that this person killed themselves. According to his attorney and his family friend, and I believe his family members, John Barnett has his mother, whom he had just returned to Louisiana to care for because she's up in age. I think he had some siblings, maybe a couple of brothers. Not that his family is devastated because there was no indication that this man was suicidal, and hence his family and friends do not believe he took his own life. But it's like, where do you start pointing fingers? Where do you start pointing fingers? Well, it's easy to point fingers at the giant big corporation that is in the midst of a public relations free fall, pardon the pun, given the industry that we're talking about, the airline industry with Boeing. I definitely recommend going over to Last Week Tonight with John Oliver on HBO, because he did a whole segment, whole, homework, HBO homework segment about the merger when Boeing merged with, was it McDougal Douglas? Some military aerospace manufacturer that had a lot less stellar of a safety reputation than Boeing did. And many people that were longtime employees of Boeing say that after the merger, corners were being cut. Shit just started looking shaky on the Boeing assembly line, right? And John Barnett was one of those way out in front with sounding the alarm about the lack of safety protocols that was happening at Boeing. And it's kind of crazy that these issues with the Max 9 plane where the fucking door blew off. Franny French, if that fucking plane door had landed in your backyard, Jesus, girl, they wouldn't have got that door back. I'd have held that shit for ransom. They're like, I need 50 racks. This is evidence. Y'all can't just get this back. Maybe more than that. Boeing got bread. But anyway, it's just very interesting timing. Would you guys not say? There's all these issues happening with the wheels falling off and the fucking plane from Australia to New Zealand going nose down. Fortunately, no one died and the plane was able to resolve itself, but even still, and this man turned up dead by suicide, gunshot wound to the head the day before he's about to go give a deposition for a lawsuit that he brought. Come on now. Do y'all think that the Charleston, South Carolina cops or the South Carolina state troopers, you think they're going to get right on this? Listen, can we, I don't want to immediately start pointing fingers at the Charleston police and the South Carolina state troopers and immediately saying cops ain't shit, even though reasonable deductions, we can arrive at some reasonable assumptions. Yes. But police in South Carolina, this is your chance. Don't get put on that cops ain't shit summer jam scream. You don't want to go there. That's not a place you want to be. So we need you all to do some actual investigation. I need y'all to pretend like this is one of the Murtaugh killings. I'm sorry. I shouldn't joke about such thing. I should not laugh. I told you I laugh at terrible things. I'm a terrible person. But the Murtaugh killings, y'all know who the fuck Murtaugh is? This nigga who is in jail right now for killing his wife, his son, and then the son who is not in jail and, survived. This motherfucker that allegedly has a couple bodies on him too. So the way that the South Carolina law enforcement agencies went at the Murtaughs, I need y'all to find out what the fuck happened to John Barnett. And I'm certain, just as in bigger town politics, right? Corporations and businesses that provide a lot of jobs in the community are not always held to the same standard of law, right? Some people, law enforcement, may be inclined to look the other direction because, Mr. So-and-so from Boeing is whatever the fuck. I don't know. A big man on campus. Who knows? But I feel as though the police might be easily, and sounds as though they have already been somewhat dissuaded from doing a thorough investigation, because I'm not quite sure how the fuck you arrive at suicide just because it was a gun and a note. These motherfuckers ain't never heard some crime scene being staged. Told you guys, I'm an ID Chantal auntie, investigative discovery auntie. This looks like foul play. Let me bring my son up here. Where's my son at? Tyler, my boy. Did Tyler stick around? Or did Tyler hit me with the Gen Z? Deuces. He might have hit me with deuces.
Yeah, his profile said it. Afro just popped up too. Hold on, put Afro on.
Awesome
Just went away.
sauces. So wait, Tyler's gone away.
No, he's still there. Well, we can't hear him, so
Well, why
but
can't we hear
his
him?
profile is still up though.
Tyler, are you muted, son? What's going on? Okay. Well, I don't
It's
know.
all right.
But you said Afra's standing by?
Was.
Okay, so everybody's bouncing. That's cool.
Actually now it's clear.
No worries. Oh, good. Okay, so not oh good, but what I wanted you to go to the next story. Well, unless there's any comments about John Barnett. Will had you heard about this
No,
thing?
your Murdoch's reference is funny because I was watching that. I didn't get through it. I definitely was watching that Murdoch's thing.
Let me tell you something. Diallo said some of the realest shit. He didn't say it today, but he said it a while back. Talking about he was in referencing to the man who set himself on fire, Aaron Bushnell, that
Yeah.
fucking real soldier who did some real gangster shit. But Diallo was saying, what'd he say? He was like, white men that actually do commit acts of justice, they get relegated to the dustbins of history. Like, white supremacy loves to elevate like the worst white men you can think of, like George Washington and fucking Ronald Reagan and who are some other terrible white men that they love. Hitler, this nigga, like you would think Hitler was president of America. As much shit runs about Hitler on American TV, it's like, was Hitler from here? Like, why the fuck we get so much Hitler? But we know all about all the worst of the white men, but the goods, the actual righteous white men, the way they still smear John Brown even to this day, still mad at John Brown out here. So anyway, righteous white men unfortunately don't pay. It doesn't pay. It doesn't pay to be a righteous white man because your
No,
deeds will not be remembered fondly. No, your own kind will come get you.
no, that's nasty work though for Boeing. And it's crazy because it's like that. It's like it's so incriminating. It's to me. It's funny because it's like this leads directly to you. Now you got a body. Now you got health, safety problems, and a body. Like
My man was in town to deal with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like this is Biggie showing up to LA. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Like John knew it was beef and John showed up any fucking way. And then John turned up dead. So who the fuck you think killed John? Who the fuck you think killed Biggie? Well, a lot of people think Diddy killed Biggie, but there's a lot, do you understand? My wayward analogy right there. But what time is it? I'm sorry, gang. My deepest apologies and shout out to the chat. I'm sorry, chat. Let me check in and
Hold
see.
on. Tyler he's having some technical difficulties. I'm not sure what.
Let's see who we got in here. What's
Afra's
up?
still here too. I don't know if African.
Sun Kitten. What a name. I love that handle. And your member. Or did you change your name? Are you somebody else and then became somebody else? Sun Kitten. Thank you so much. Dawn Bird. Afraid Not. Love you, baby Dawny. Nat A. Love you too. Tennessee. What's going on? What's up, Steve Dub? Love to see you in here, Steve Dub. Latif. Woo! Kids, did y'all see Latif?
Shout out
Latif
Latif.
has been objectified a couple times in the disability support chat. We'd be like, whew, thank you, Latif, for cutting your camera on. I thank you for cutting your camera on too, Will. I just, I keep telling you it's shirt optional and you keep ignoring my hint.
I have a nice shirt.
you keep
I have a nice shirt on today.
You got your nice shirt on.
Mhm.
Ma'am.
You got your nice shirt. And you said you're nice
Afro Live.
or your night.
Afro Live, my bad.
Okay, hold on. Yipper, thank you so much. Infinite Peace, thank you so much. We appreciate y'all being in the joint. Holly, what's up? If Holly is in here, then you know Wendy is in here. What's up, Wendy? Oh, somebody running some money. We love that. That's what's up. Keep that up. Hold on, I'm coming right to that. So yeah, thank you guys for joining us tonight. This is a call-in show because today was an unfocused show. Where is shout out to Abby. Abby, are you in here? Learn life? Because Abby, I saw y'all got 10 to 12 feet of snow out there in Colorado. I said, oh, Abby's up there on the mountainside getting snowed the fuck in, I bet. But we want to send love to Abby and the fam and the animals and the plants. Hope everybody's doing good. Commuted, thank you so much for your super chat support. And you said Boeing. Oh. Oh, that's interesting way to spell Boeing. I had to figure that out. You said Boeing is combining business units. What is you said killing people and airplanes. Listen, I don't know what Boeing is doing. And I would just say this, guys, I don't fucking know about airplanes. I know that I am more comfortable traveling by plane than I am probably by car. Because honestly, and I've always felt this way, I've been flying by myself since I was 4. I told y'all they just did Gen X kids any old kind of way. they just put me on the plane. No, it's like I had an escort, but anyway, regardless. So I just wouldn't sit by the emergency door. I wouldn't sit by that shit. The shit that blew off that plane leaving Portland, Oregon, off of that DC Max 9. I wouldn't sit next to that door. I wouldn't sit there. But I don't know. Bowen's gonna get what's coming to them, and if they did something to this man, they absolutely gonna get what's coming to them there. So, anywho, is Afra here? So we have. Oh, there's Will. Okay, is anybody else here?
It's just Afra's just not her cameras on. I don't know. We could hear her for a second. Tyler was having issues though.
Maybe it's us.
Send him a new link.
Is it us? Or it's them?
I don't know. Because they're in the.
No, you know what it was?
What was it?
It was because I tried to expand to full screen because I'm on my phone instead of the computer, and I couldn't touch the buttons.
Oh,
wait, you can hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you, Afra. Yep.
Okay. Let me see if you can see me. Oh goodness, I don't even know what I look like. Oh, I'm real close. Jeez. Hey,
you look very cute.
Yeah, too.
Looking really beautiful. How are you feeling?
Hi. I'm feeling very violet.
Violet.
Yes, this is going to be my weekend here.
Oh, nice. Oh, okay. That's your friend. What's her name?
Oh, I don't be naming stuff. It's Afra. I'm Afra.
It's Afra.
It's me.
Well, speaking of Violet, that is actually my next story. Well, can you cue up that WUSA 9 piece for me? Because I wish I had, if you need the YouTube link, let me know. So Afra, we live in a region where we deal with public transportation. And I guess, DC area, it's all right. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to tell. Like, I either have been in big cities or very, very small cities. So it's like, I don't know if DC actually has a good public transportation compared to other large cities. I mean, you can't compare DC, I don't think, to New York or even Chicago. Like, I mean, it's just not as big of an area. But in places like Little Rock or like Richmond, you know what I'm saying? Where will they got a train in Richmond? I don't think so. they got a number of buses, right?
Yeah. No, a train stop. That's about it, but buses for sure.
But it's like an Amtrak train stop though. It's
Yeah,
not like a
there you go.
metro. It's not like it's taking you around fucking
Nah.
64.
VRE go through there?
Hmm?
Does the VRE go to Richmond? I don't.
It does, but so it's not like but it's just like it is going north and south. You just get a stop. You feel me? Like the VRE will drop you off in Fredericksburg or drop you off in Richmond, but it's not going to go around Richmond. You know what I mean? It's going to keep going north and south on those lines.
Situation.
Regional,
Well, I
yeah.
guess at least they have a commuter rail. Everybody doesn't have a commuter rail. So.
Big facts, big facts. So speaking of commuter rail, so Maryland was in line for over the past 2 years for 2 light rail projects, okay? One was the Red Line, which was scheduled to connect, what was it, Will? West Baltimore to East Baltimore, or the extremes of Baltimore City, basically to downtown. And while Governor Larry Hogan, who is now running for the Republican nomination to be Maryland senator, Larry Hogan canceled $1 billion worth of approved federal funding for the Red Line that would have been a transportation game changer, a public transportation game changer for the city of Baltimore and for the residents and workers in Baltimore City who have a very piss poor public transportation option right now in the MTA, right? It's for Baltimore to be where it is and kind of the size it is. It's kind of a shame that it does not have a quality rail system, right? The light rail, they had just shut down the light rail. Will, didn't they shut that shit down for catching on fire?
Yeah, they shut it down all the time, and also they talked about pausing it for a minute too. I was like, what are y'all talking about?
What the
Why
y'all
y'all
talking
doing that?
about?
But I don't see the YouTube link. I'm about to look.
Oh, it may not be a YouTube link. It might be just say WUSA 9. I didn't put it on the doc.
No,
It should
just the
be
ABC4 joint.
no. Scroll down. I did put it on the doc. I don't know. So anyway, y'all, I'm gonna find it. Larry Hogan canceled this transportation project for Baltimore years ago, but what he approved was a light rail system for Maryland, for Central Maryland, right? I told y'all, Baltimore gets shit on all the time. Don't matter who's in the governor's seat, don't matter who's in Annapolis, don't matter if it's a Democrat sitting out there or a Republican sitting out there. Baltimore is going to get shit on, make no mistake about it. But Larry Hogan approved what was called the Purple Line, connecting New Carrollton, which is in Prince George's County, I believe, to Bethesda or Rockville up in Montgomery County. And it's a light rail above the ground system, okay? And the light rail, this Purple Line, I believe, was supposed to be finished 2 years ago. And now it's been announced that the Purple Line is not going to be completed until, I think, 2027. And Wes Moore just sent another big chunk of money for this project that was originally billed as a public-private partnership. That fucking bullshit. Y'all shoot that shit down when your elected officials start talking that public-private partnership bullshit. Go to the meetings and go shut that shit down. That shit is nonsense, okay? Because the private contractor that initially took over or who won the bid for the contract to build the Purple Line pulled out of the project, and all of this ground remained broken for 2 years. There was no progress. There was no construction.
I
They
think I
had
got the
just
link.
Thank you, Will. They had just
It's
tore
like
shit up.
Purple Line delayed again.
Purple Line delayed again. It doesn't say nothing about Westmore. That's fine. No, it may have Westmore in there. Is it an article or a video?
YouTube video.
Who is it Channel 9?
USA 9. Yeah.
All right, let's see what Channel 9 had to say about the situation, y'all. Public-private partnership.
All right.
And might I just remind y'all that Westmore is a sucker. So is Larry Hogan. Maryland is just run by suckers. So you can go ahead and play that whenever you get ready, Will.
There will be more delays and a bigger price tag for the Purple Line. That was the announcement yesterday from transit officials. And tonight, Our local leaders are responding. Evan Kosloff has the latest from Silver Spring.
When the Purple Line is finally done, it's going to be pretty impressive. Some 21 news stations covering over 16 miles, stretching from Bethesda to here at Silver Spring, all the way over to College Park and then down to New Carrollton. But now we've learned this week that any ribbon cutting is going to be even farther away than we previously thought.
Nobody wants to hear it, but it was not exactly unexpected.
Montgomery County Executive Mark Elrich responding today to the brand new announcement that the Purple Line will likely be delayed by another 7 months to spring 2027. It's the latest setback in a project that was already about 4 years behind schedule. The extension expected to cost the state another $148 million in a project that's already over budget by $3.8 billion.
I think public-privates can be done well. We just haven't done it well.
The project was first pitched 2 governors ago. Here was former Governor Martin O'Malley announcing the project in 2013. But since then, the Purple Line has faced multiple setbacks. In 2016, it was delayed by a lawsuit over environmental approvals. And in 2020, the private contractor dropped out of the project, only to be replaced by another company 2 years later.
The community is excited about it. They just want it faster, as we all do.
Ray Biggs is the project manager for the Purple Line.
This is one project that's very unique in the situations that we've endured.
That's a long time.
At the Silver Spring station, we spoke with riders about these delays.
I feel like they got to find the funding and the time to just get it done.
I think it's a joke how long things take to get done. I think it's really good that it provides jobs for everybody. I think it's like anything, it's a double-edged sword.
Now, according to MTA, they've actually made significant progress on this project. They say that they have some 700 construction workers spread out across some 60 different construction sites, and at this point, they're more than halfway done with the Purple Line. Reporting here in Silver Spring, I'm Evan Kosloff, WUSA 9.
And Evan tells us project organizers will formally request the deadline extension at the Board of Public Works next week.
So what that package failed to include is that so far the total cost of the Purple Line has been $10 billion. $10 billion. The first public official you heard speak in that package was Montgomery County Executive Mark Elrich. And I actually had the opportunity to interview him at the Real News before he was county executive, when he was Montgomery County councilman. This was something that Jessel Noor had set up, Will. And I liked him. I really like Elrich as a person. He seemed like a really nice guy, and I was really glad that he got elected and then reelected in what seems to be a close election. But when he said, I think public-private partnerships work, he said, we just haven't done one that works. So they don't work, Mr. County Executive, they don't work. But $10 billion, Afra, makes this the most expensive light rail project. Mark Elrich said this. He said it makes this the most expensive light rail project in the world. $10 billion to go 16 miles. 16 miles. And these motherfuckers said 2 governors ago. I thought this was Larry Hogan's bright idea. But no, it was Martin O'Malley's bright idea, but it was Hogan with the public-private partnership, I believe. So anyway, welcome to Maryland, y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Where the money at?
Where is the money? That is an excellent question. $10 billion? $10 billion? And as much as these neoliberals and conservatives at the same time always wring their hands about, we have to look out for small businesses. Small business people in Prince George's County and Montgomery County have been screaming their faces off because they have had to deal with sometimes eminent domain coming to confiscate the buildings because it's in the path of, the Purple Line progress, or either roads have been closed or entrances to their businesses have been obscured because of construction. And it's like, well, what about these small business people? They talked about a number of businesses not right up the street from me in Riverdale, where this a longtime pizza shop that this old white man has had for 70 some years. He had to close it because of construction.
They didn't give him any of the $10 billion.
That's a good question. Where is the money? So apparently there is money provided. There's grants available, which again, I think is fucking bogus as well, that you're actually going to make small business owners apply for grants. Y'all know that y'all are fucking up these people's business and fucking up access, for them to get to their customers or for their customers to reach them. Like, y'all know this. You gonna make these people fill out applications and all this bullshit. Just give them the goddamn money.
Yeah, that I mean, and I will say I do recall the environmental concerns early on and what and the suits early on, and I don't know if all that got resolved because I know part of it I remember seeing flyers and stuff when I was, back when I was actually like going out on my bike on the green on like the greenways and they were saying something about it potentially interrupting, several ecosystems and all that. So that's valid, like that's valid.
Totally.
That's definitely, environmental justice issues need to be addressed. However, okay, if they probably prevailed as big money does. So now, well, okay, 2020 we had the pandemic, so that's like everything. But again, where's the money at? And like, why can't you? Because this isn't a thing just with them. Like, I remember the DC streetcar took forever, forever. Like, there's always this is like whoever gets the bid, then whatever ridiculous terms and costs and timeline that they give to win the bid. It never seems like it goes according to those plans. And I know it's not even just always just the contractor. There's all the other bureaucracy and blah blah blah. But it's still just like why? Like just get I'm gonna just keep it a buck. It's gonna take about 10 years for this to be done. It's gonna take 15 years for this to be done. And I mean, me being a half Washingtonian, I remember the metro system being expanded, and so it did take a lot of time, and the fact that there's a silver line now is crazy because it seemed like it took forever, but it's nice.
Well, but I also think didn't that require some digging? Like, aren't there some underground parts to the Silver Line? Like, so this is like a light rail.
It's all over. As far as I know, it's all L, like it's all elevated. It was
the Silver Line runs parallel to the Blue Line, right?
Not quite. It goes on its own path, like. So Silver Line essentially runs on the same line as Blue until like that's where it starts, and then it veers off a bit more. I'm trying to think of how the map goes. Is it a bit more northwesterly? I want to say, like as if you were going toward West Virginia, and it goes out past Tyson's Corner now. So there was just a lot of fighting with the suburbanites about. Well, there was a whole lot. It wasn't even as much of the environmental, although I'm sure that came up. They were talking about, this is going to mess up they don't want people to just be able to come in and out on the metro, and it's going to be overpopulating all this stuff, and it interrupted the highways and the highway expansion. Like there was a combination of things, but now it's done. It took forever, but now it's done, and it works well. It goes pretty fast, but yeah, they just take forever with everything.
Yeah, but they've tore it up all in the meantime. So right there at East West Highway and Kenilworth Avenue, which again, not too far from where I live, like it's just kind of like fucked up and tore up around there. And it's like, when is this going to be done? Oh, 2027. So we have another 3 years after this has already been going on for 7 years. It's like, if this was China, this shit would have been did 6 fucking years ago. You know what I mean? Like, nothing is efficient or, even of high quality in the US when it comes to infrastructure. Like, we're always behind. We're always over budget and behind schedule. And it's like, and I can already probably predict that after the Purple Line opens, like there's going to be some shit going on with it. Like even Metro right now, when they order brand new rail cars, like the 7,000 series or a 9,000 series, like the wheels is coming off the brand new cars, and they're smoking the arcing isolators or whatever the fuck. So it's like America is the shithole country. Like, I know conservatives like to think that this is the shining city on the hill. No, China is the shining city. Beijing is the shining city on the hill. Shit works over there. Shit does not work over here. It does not work over here. Will, did I hear someone coming in a little hot? Or was that you coming in hot?
Tyler, yeah, hold on, yeah. Todd.
Tyler, are you there? He don't sound like he there. Is that you open with the hiss? Or is it him?
Yeah, that's me.
Oh, okay. With the hiss.
Well, I will come back on screen.
Hey, what's up, Nawadi? Wait, is that Nawadi? I can't read. I don't know, Will. You want to come back on screen? Will, what's up with your melon head second cousin, Wes Moore? What's up with that nigga? Wes Moore didn't send the project some more money. What's up, Noli D? Wes Moore said, I'll send y'all some more money, but Maryland is under a budget shortfall, and I'm in confusion because we got fucking 1 million casinos and legal weed. I don't see how is the money fucked up.
Nah, I think that's more your family tree, Kim. I think that's you gotta claim Westmore.
No, nigga, you was a
the
New York nigga.
bare-faced bandit.
You and him are New York niggas. My people are not from New York.
He from Maryland.
No, he's not. This nigga is a New York ass nigga. He is not a Marylander. I don't believe.
You're New York slander.
Y'all know Kim Brown? That's my friend.
You know, sometimes I wonder, like, I look
twice.
at people and I'm like, I wonder if this nigga tried to talk to me in the mall at some point. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I used to get approached by corny dudes quite, like,
and his flip flops.
Whew.
Oh, his Crocs, my bad.
Did he have it? One Crocs then? What was the Bama niggas wearing? K-Swiss? I don't know. What was he wearing?
Oh, no.
I'm sorry.
Not the K-Swiss. Damn, you had the K-Swiss. That's crazy.
Like Wes tried to holler at me in his heel figures. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God. Kimberly.
What's up? Chichi Macha. What's going on? But yes, so anyway, because I in my life I have been a traffic reporter and a commuter. I am neither of those things now, but as a former commuter and former traffic reporter, I do have a somewhat above average interest in transportation topics, right? Like, and it doesn't make sense in Maryland why some things are the way they are. And it could just always be better. It could always be better. There was a story on tonight that they're talking about launching like a ferry service from Annapolis, like basically up and down the bay, from Annapolis to St. Michael's, across the bridge, and then up to Baltimore. And I said, there should have been a ferry service around here. Like we should have actually grown up with a ferry service in this area. The fact that there is not one and has not ever been one in any, practical way, I'm like, wow, that's pretty stupid. That this is just now being proposed as an idea. Like, this should have been an idea. I just
Message your Congress, your cousin.
Your cousin, Wes Moore. You look like more like Wes Moore. Soon, Will, we could just take all the hair off your face, and you and Wes Moore's mamas, you and Wes Moore's mamas are sisters. Okay, y'all first cousins out here.
No.
That's
Mama Jean, twice removed cousin. That's Mama. Shout out to Mama Jean. We love you.
Wes Moore, your cousin. Stop lying. Looking just like
he had the soft, like Lateef said, he had the soft toe rees. he had the clear Air Force Ones, and came up to Kim Feet was sweating because
Woo!
he had no socks on.
No, 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 no. I can just tell. I can look at this nigga's vibe, and I'm trying to picture his vibe 25 years ago. And I'm telling you, from my vibe 25 years ago, it was going to be a no. It was going to be a no for me. It was going to be a no for me. Mm-mm.
I'm trying to get Tyler on here, and it's not working.
Well, Tyler better come on because mama's getting hungry now, son.
The fairy thing. I think I told you this before, Kim, about New York City having
Yes.
a fairy system. Oh yeah, because I was trying to get you on.
Because it makes
And
total sense. It makes sense. And
but
then
it's run by the same. It's run by Hornblower, who does like the tours and stuff like that. So it's very well run. It's not the same as the Staten Island ferry. And I found out a few months back, well, almost a year ago now, that the same people, Hornblower, they're actually running a ferry service here in DC too. So they have it from like Georgetown, National Harbor,
to like
Old Town,
Arlington.
Alexandria, and a few. So I wonder if they're the same company that they're talking to about the Annapolis thing. But the difference, I'll tell you, with how they're operating down here, when I found out, I was like, oh yeah, because I remember saying, oh yeah, these are the people that run the tours. Well, the ferry system here, they're running it on like a tour type of schedule and cost. So it's so it's only a few times throughout the day, I think, and the costs are like $25, $35, $40, for those short spins around, as opposed to $3 in New York. And covering the entire, because New York City, I think a lot of places, when I'm reading about history of transportation, a lot of places did have ferry systems. I mean, and then they started to shut down, as some larger transportation options, or the buses or the trains like got monopolies. And then the auto industry really shut down a lot of rail systems that were going to be built out, because it was just not sustainable or like feasible for them to build, because like they couldn't get the support that they needed to build out further into different cities and suburbs, and automakers were lobbying against them.
Yeah, that's the reason there's not a good quality public transportation in Detroit, because all the automakers, the big threes, were determined that Detroiters were going to be car commuters, right? Like there was no option for no train. It was not going to build no train with a quality public transportation system in Detroit, because they wanted them to buy cars.
But
So
like the entire U.S., they actually did that in the entire U.S. First, it was the rail companies fighting each other because they were all independent, so they were like competed with each other, and then it turned into the thing with the auto. Like it was just a mess. It was rail and bus.
A mess. Holy shit! It's already 8:30. I have talked past my grub time. I have talked past my grub time, y'all. I'm hungry. Aren't y'all hungry? Will, aren't you hungry?
Yep.
Well, did you talk to the children today?
No, it was the day off today. Only you, the only kid I talked to today.
Shut. If you don't, nigga, I am not a kid. I am not a child. Are you on spring break?
No, it's next week. It's not this week coming up, but the following.
Okay. You going out of town? Didn't you say you was going out of town? Oh wait, you only got
trying.
plans. Okay.
I'm trying to.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm
You
about to see
am.
what's up now, actually.
I think Molly's going out of town too. So y'all, the viewers, I think what day did you say? You ain't got to tell me right now. Well, next week, one of these weeks, all these folks gonna be out of town. So we'll do something. We'll figure it out. I don't know what days though. It's fine.
You need me to come push buttons?
Well, unfortunately, all the buttons are at Will's house. Now, Will, you gonna leave Afra the key so she can get over there and push the buttons?
If you pay rent, yeah.
I don't pay rent nowhere.
You gonna go?
It's too damn high.
The rent is too damn high. Everything is ridiculous. I don't think I have anything to tell the world. Just watch tomorrow on Black Power Media, Saturdays with Renee. Renee and Dr. Gerard Ball be breaking shit down. I actually think Camus gonna be there. Oh, I think Hiram Finance gonna be there. That's you tune in to Saturdays with Renee. She gonna have all the fine men on her show. I'm jealous, Renee.
I don't think you know what Hiram looks like.
Afra, I'm not gonna don't be rude.
What? What did I do?
I thought he was cute. He's not. I thought he was cute. Maybe I missaw him.
No, I said I don't think I know what he looks like, or if I don't remember if I did see him on something.
I know, but I don't know him well enough to make him to talk about him in this way.
Mind my business.
Someone is going to tell him, and he's going to be like, "You don't even know me." I'm gonna be like, "I know." That is correct.
I'm just. You said that, and I was like, "Oh, I didn't. I don't know what he looks like, so I guess I'll see."
I just didn't. I didn't like your tone. I didn't.
Listen, I remember one day. I can't remember who the man was. One day we were watching the morning show, and somebody came on, and we was like, "Who is that?" And it was like, because it was like a panel of them, and he was, he was so well spoken. No, he was a very attractive man, and then at some point his hand went up, and we was just like, "Oh, never mind."
Oh no. I think Hiram is good looking though. Now you got me thinking, but now I'm remembering. I'm like, no, it's just the same thing. I think he is good looking. I mean, but again, I don't know him.
I don't think his name was Hiram, but I can't remember. But I mean, I can't remember. It was somebody that came on to guest, to talk as guest, and the chat was lit up.
And then I don't know any of those people that y'all talking about. I just know it's time to go.
Okay, well, thank you.
It's time to go.
All right, now it's time to say goodnight to all my Negro friends. Y'all have a good evening, a good weekend.
Tyler, I don't know what was the issue, but we apologize tried everything on our
Tyler was trying to communicate to us from the 90s, obviously. my son is he's so up on his mama's generation. He traveled back in time and he was trying to communicate with us from 1998. Baby, you got to come back to the future. You got to come back to the future, baby. But like I said, BPM Saturdays with Renee. I feel like there's something else I'm trying to tell you guys. You guys, Kalechi is launching a new podcast called Meet Me at the Altar. So please go support Kalechi Okafor in all of her endeavors. Support Status Quo News. Big up to Jordan and them doing great reporting per usual. Other folks, everybody. Shout out to my mother. Shout out to Mama. Shout out to Butch. Shout out to Bagheera. Shout out to Afra. Shout out to Infinite Content. Tyler, thank you so much. Rosalba. Vesper X, I'm going to have to check the tracking number, baby, because let me tell you. So I get to the UPS store. Rosalba's package is there. My mail is there. I'm expecting to see your package there. But check this out. The shady shit. I get to the UPS store. Why is my mailbox that is supposed to be locked that I haven't visited in 6 months? Why is this shit wide the fuck open? I'm like, yeah, that's the right. Why is the shit? Why is it wide open? Open as in not locked.
Was there anything in it?
This shirt and my mail. I was confused that yes, my things were in it. And I was like, See, but I'm telling y'all, I think I'm Ray Liotta from fucking Goodfellas. I'm paranoid. I see the helicopters following me places. So that's all the little confirmation of paranoia that I needed. Oh, look at my mailbox that requires a key to get in it. The one day I come in here, haven't been in here in months. The one day I walk in this bitch, the fucking door wide open on my box. I said, "Look at this. Look at Shaitan out here playing games." So anyway, out here playing ridiculous games. So anyway, y'all, please be safe for our white friends who may or may not be Irish. I know that's not really a requisite to partake in in St. Patrick's Day. I just encourage you do St. Patrick's Day green off the green. Please leave that alcohol alone. It's very bad for you. You shouldn't be getting drunk. It's terrible for your organs, bad for your brain, causes cancer. Smoke weed. Part, partake in the green on St. Patrick's Day green. Do not go out here and get drunk. And it ages you, most importantly. So there's that. So anyway, please be safe out here, gang. We will see y'all back here on Tuesday with an actual show. Thank you so much to Will and Molly. Thank you so much to Afra and Infinite. And we will see y'all back here on Tuesday. See y'all later. Bye-bye. Peace out, y'all. Peace, peace.